I kind of wanted to talk about something different. I actually attempted to do this twice, and the last time I did it, I tilted my phone and was recording, and when I stopped recording, it was upside down, so I wasn't sure if I can fix that through editing, but I just erased it and decided to start fresh. But I wanted to talk about somebody that has had a huge impact on my life, just giving me hope and inspiration and opening my heart and mind. You know, sometimes when we just need that as human beings. And through my many years of getting gang stalked, her music has always helped me. And I've always wanted to thank her. Of course, I don't know her personally, and she may never see this. But she's such a gift from the heavens. This I know. And she's saved so many. And she is such a one of a kind. That I wanted to honor her with a video. And I kind of wanted to throw in a little story time. I know I should probably put this on a second channel, but I'm just going to put it on this channel for now. Mariah's music listening the first time to her, Christmas City, knocked me out of my socks. It was so incredibly beautiful, I started crying. Her music really connects you to the Holy Spirit. At least it does for me. So I grew up loving Mariah, her music, her voice, her gift. And I just thought her videos were so beautiful, and she was the most cutest and most adorable thing ever. So she's really helped me during the dark times. And if I just want to be inspired, I just put her music on. But I wanted to kind of also just do a little confession. There was a period for many years that I just listened to her music. You know how there's an artist you like, you listen to their music. And one day I decided I was going to attend a ceremony honoring her. It was through the Make-A-Wish Foundation. And this was being held at the Beverly Hills Hotel. So prior to that, I went and saw her in concert, and I got to meet and chat a little bit with Brian Tanaka. It was an Emancipation of Mimi concert. And Trey Lorenz, who's iconic and has been just a constant force in Mariah's career. Very constant, steady, committed force. So that was, a nice experience. And then when I heard they were going to be honoring her for the Make-A-Wish Foundation was going to be honoring her, I wanted to attend. So what I thought was going to be the most beautiful night ended up kind of being my worst nightmare, almost. Not my worst, but it ended up being a nightmare. So, and I just wanted to talk about this because after this happened, when I would go and make comments on TMZ boards, I was really hard on Mariah. I would say things I probably shouldn't say about things that she was going through, that I knew she was going through. I kind of just put it out there. And so I just wanted to apologize for that. As I've said in the past before, I've made predictions about certain things. Even Bruce Jenner, that were true. And I would write on TMZ. And anyways, so I decided, one night I was gonna go, so I got dressed. It was formal. So there was a lot of people there from the industry. People were just kind of walking around, having drinks, talking. Some were doing photo ops. And I felt kind of, this is before all the satanic activity. This is before I knew about all the satanic activity going on in Hollywood and in the world. Now, if someone were to tell me to go attend something like this now, I'd be like, hell no. But so anyways, before I get into that story, I'm going to show you in a little bit why I love her so much. So anyways, I'm at the event, and it's pretty cool. Chris Cornell was another one of my favorite artists at the time. So he was there, and I got to take a photo with him. And some other people from Will and Grace were there. Penny Marshall from Laverne and Shirley was there. So a lot of people from the industry were there. And prior to the ceremony starting, I ended up talking with Benny Medina and Randy Jackson, who were sitting at the front table. This front table was where Mariah was sitting. But when I was having a conversation with Benny and Randy, she wasn't there. So we were kind of like laughing, and Randy was telling me the backstory to Benny Medina and how his life had everything to do with the Fresh Prince of Bel-Air being created, the TV show being created. And so we took pictures and laughed and la 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 la. And the ceremony was starting, so I decided to get up and go back to my table. And when I got up, Mariah Carey had been sitting there, and I didn't know how long she had been sitting there. So she was probably maybe annoyed. That didn't occur to me at the time. So I got up, walking back to my table, and not wanting to be rude, I said, "Hi, Mariah," and I kept walking. And I got a response I wasn't planning on getting, and it threw me back. My world came crumbling down. She looked at me, and she went exactly like this. She went, "Ah!" And she turned her head. It was like, "Ah!" That's exactly what she did. I was like, oh shit. I was like, oh my God. I'm going to be showing exactly why I love this woman so much. So anyways, her response kind of shocked me. I'm going to show you why I love her so much. If I can do this. She's so amazing. That guy right there is Randy Jackson. I don't know if you can see him. This guy right here is Randy Jackson. That's Randy Jackson right there. So as you can see, the Satanics in the studio audience are giving her a standing ovation, as they should. And the others, who are pouty little Satanists, she knocked them. She, no question, knocked them in their caskets. Let me just, so anyways, I just wanted to show part of why I love her so much. So anyways, she made that face to me as I was walking back to my table, and I don't like the way this is. Hope it doesn't fall. So I was like in shock. I didn't know she was like messing around, or because it was weird, but I went and told the people at my table what happened. I was like, oh my God, you'll never guess what happened. They're like, no way. And I'm like, yeah. So the ceremony started, they honored her, blah, blah, blah. And then towards the end of the ceremony, with the group of us were waiting for our car to, because they were getting our cars, they were bringing them through. And we're kind of I was waiting for my car. And so the group of us that I was sitting with at the table, we were waiting to go. And I guess Mariah kind of, found out that the group of us had been there to honor her, and she came over for a photo, just so we could take a photo with her. But I was like so turned off. I was like my heart was shattered that I didn't want to be in the photo. And she had approached us, and she was like, had her arms on her, like, I don't know if you can see, she had like her arms on her hips. She had her arms on her hips, and she was like, and she's looking at me like, I was, oh my God. So I offered to take the photo of like 5 people with her that she was taking a photo of from my table. And that was it. So after that, for the most part, I just tried to, boycott Mariah Carey within my own right. And so I stopped buying anything related to Mariah Carey. I may have stopped listening to her music for the longest time. I think during that time after that, I was listening to like Taylor Swift and just a bunch of other regular mainstream music stuff. So what I failed to do, though, is maybe put myself in her shoes. Maybe she was thinking, who's this bee just sitting at my table like she owns it, talking with her, business associates or personal friends, whatever they may be to her. Because I know Benny Medina, I think maybe at one time managed her. Benny Medina also managed Jennifer Lopez. And I know Mariah Carey doesn't like Jennifer Lopez, and I don't blame her. So that was it. And, I wanted to make a confession because, on the TMZ boards, when Mariah was having some issues with her family coming after her for money, or her billionaire boyfriend, I forgot his name, I would say things that were true, but I would say hurtful things. And I thought I was justified, which weren't really nice. It was, things that she, when she's going through a hard time, and maybe some things she was doing, like drinking or pill popping or whatever. And I knew she was doing them, so I would say she was doing them. mean, everyone goes through their dark times, and I mean, there have been times when I've been stalked that they've driven me to drink. And, these people, when they stalk you, they follow you into the store to make sure that you're buying alcohol. They would follow me to work, and they would put empty bottles of liquor outside where I would sit down and have a break, or they would, they've done it out here, like they'll just start putting empty bottles of liquor thinking I have to drink. I don't have to drink, but since I'm a grown-ass woman, I do what I want. So sometimes I go through periods where I won't even touch anything, just because I like that natural energy. I like to feel good. But anyways, I was just hard on Mariah, and I had made predictions also about Bruce Jenner, what was behind his whole agenda. And I knew some truth, and I was talking about what the media didn't know. Anyways, so all of a sudden, fast forward. Okay, so still though, I loved Mariah. After a period of time, I started listening to her music again, and I justified that by saying, I'm not gonna give her any money. I'm not gonna contribute. So I listened to her music because her music is so beautiful, so inspiring to me. But I was still brokenhearted though. I was still walking around with that limp. My heart was still kind of, hurt. And then fast forward, the COVID came. I thought, oh my God. So I wrote on TMZ, Donald Trump, Kim and Mariah Carey, please don't catch COVID. Please stay isolated. Don't be shaking hands, please wear a mask, At that time, I would use bleach to take a bath. I would use bleach. And even to this day, if I have, let's say I go to the gym and I touch something that maybe is compromised with germs or fungus, and I feel like, oh, maybe I caught something, like a rash or fungus or something, I will use bleach to take a bath. Or when I get out of the bathtub, I will put bleach here and leave it there. So I did that during the COVID, when I would leave the house and I would come back, because I was on crutches from a previous assault of getting gang stalked and assaulted. So not only was I vulnerable because I was on crutches and I was getting gang stalked and attacked and followed and stalked, but now we had the whole COVID thing. So I would come home and from the grocery store and use bleach in my bathtub, and I wouldn't pour it in the bathtub, but I would, put a little bit on my washcloth and wash my body. It's actually good to do, but I'm not going to say to do it, and I'm not going to say it's good to do for everybody. But that's something I would do. And after going to hot yoga, when I would go to hot yoga, I would Lysol my whole body. If I couldn't take a shower there, I would Lysol my body before getting in my car to drive home. That's just weird stuff I do. Anyways, I don't know why I'm talking about that. Oh, so COVID. So I wrote on the TMZ boards that, I wanted Mariah Carey to stay isolated, to please stay isolated, her and the president, Kim. And that, if they ever got sick and something happened to them, I just don't know if I could ever get over it. And then I would just, encourage Justin Bieber to go pray with Kanye, go to, Kanye's church rallies, and, so Bieber would go, and I encouraged Mariah to pray with that one pastor that Kanye, I forgot his name, that Kanye was kind of going to his church gatherings, his worship gatherings, and Kanye, would worship God. So I encouraged Mariah on the boards to do it, and she did it. So, that whole COVID thing, I don't think, I don't know. I couldn't be mad at Mariah no more when COVID came. Oh my God, if anything happens to her. So I'm making this video to say I'm sorry for being harsh on TMZ boards, and some people know of me from TMZ boards, things that I've written. They don't know me personally, they may know my handle, things that I've written about the industry and stuff. And I'm not saying Mariah does. I'm not saying she doesn't. But I just kind of wanted to honor her with this video. Come clean, because, you know, that night at the Beverly Hills Hotel, maybe that was just her way of protecting herself. Maybe she thought I wasn't even there to honor her when I was. I didn't see her come sit down at the table. So I don't know how long I was sitting there talking with them when she had been there. And, you know, I don't even know if Benny or Randy saw her, because we were just like in our own little world. But I wish that they maybe had said something, or maybe they knew better and not to say anything, because maybe she was just annoyed I was there anyway because I was another female. So, you know, I just wanted to say that, Mariah, I love you so much. You saved the world with your heart, your voice, your soul, and your mind. Your gift from the heavens. And please don't let the evil Satanism in the music industry, in the entertainment industry, bully you or have them getting you to think that you need them and they don't need you. It's the opposite. And I know I was kind of butting in saying, you know, don't be getting interviewed by trafficker, pedophile supporter, pedophile Oprah Winfrey who sold children. You know, I can't stand her and Gayle King. And I really can't tell Mariah who to work or not work with, but I wish Mariah would realize that just like Senator Ted Cruz, he had a #1 book come out. He didn't need any of those devils to interview him, because he's a master of his own domain. Ted Cruz and our Republicans make Hollywood look like Holly wish I could. Holly wish I could. These satanic individuals who are corrupt, I can't stand. I am so anti-Hollywood now. But there are people there, I know there's some people that there's some exceptions. So yeah, our Republicans are hardcore, amazing superstars, superheroes, and it's a beautiful, amazing thing. So Mariah, don't let these devils boss you around. Don't let them make you feel bad. Don't talk bad about yourself in videos, saying, "Oh, that cover, somebody told me I look like George Washington." Let me tell you something. When I saw a part of that video, you doing that, it broke my heart. We have to embrace our weaknesses and things that make us strong, because that's how God made us. And I'm not trying to tell anybody how to feel or think, but I mean, God couldn't make you perfect, Mariah. I mean, you sing perfect, you sound perfect, you look perfect. So God kind of had to balance that out by maybe having some mean girls approach you when you were young and be mean. I know I've had my moments that have traumatized me in life, like maybe so many other people. But God balances us out. Like, for instance, President Trump. Yeah, he's amazing. Yeah, they've mastered a lot of things on this plane, this world. But God balances that out by Trump having to take a lot of negative and evil negativity from these devils. But God knows Trump can handle it, and God has a support system. There's no one who takes more of a beating than our president. And in terms of people in the public eye, we got to remember Jesus Christ suffered and died for our sins. So Mariah, you're no different. You're a huge blessing from God. But sometimes God has us suffer to tenderize our soul and to get us ready, to make us stronger. So he could make you perfect, 100% perfect. I don't know, you might be an egomaniac. Maybe God is like, well, we can't make her too perfect because she'll be a crazy egomaniac. So who knows? But so Mariah Carey is one of my heroes. I love her. I love her so much. And I just want to spill the beans, come clean. In case you happen to remember that night at the Beverly Hills Hotel, the girls sitting at the table chuckling and laughing and talking away with Benny Medina and Randy Jackson. I guess you had been to the bathroom, you came to the table, and then the ceremony had started. And as I said goodbye, walking away to you, you pulled that Mean Girl stunt. And I found out later that Mean Girls was actually Mariah Carey's favorite movie. So Mariah, keep the movies at the movies. I was like, what is Mariah doing? Like, what is that? What does that look? So anyways, that's it. I hope you enjoyed this little story, and if I get a second channel, I'll post it on there instead of this channel. I'm still organizing and I still haven't even organized my channel or anything, but I wanted to talk about something other than just politics tonight. Alright, Mariah, don't be afraid to be yourself. Don't let the satanic industry, music, entertainment industry bully you, tell you who you are, what you are, that you need them. You don't need any of that. You are the master of your own domain and then some. And you don't need Oprah to interview you. You don't need Gail. You don't need John Legend, that pedophile. You don't need them. Period. And I could tell you're a good mommy and you love your children, and that's a beautiful thing. Alright guys, I just wanted to give my props to Mariah, how much I love her. She's amazing and beautiful. Thank God for Mariah. Love our President Trump 2020, guys. And I'll see you on the next video. Bye, guys. See you soon.